Last year it was 14 million. It was the third year of our business. And we knew that we have something. We have a problem. I think we do not realize what we have created.
Today I have one of the fastest growing beverage companies from Lithuania who are expanding globally with over 40 countries. Ieva from OMG Bubble Tea.
If it will not be delicious, no one will buy it. You will have one sale and that's it. You have to make mistakes and you have to be quick.
And in today's episode, we're going to talk about how this business started, what's the story behind it, how they innovated it, and how they solved many issues in manufacturing, in exporting, all of that good stuff. So
you have so many open windows for opportunities, just you have to notice them.
It's my first time actually drinking bubble tea. I have never tried bubble tea. What are the bubbles made of?
They are actually made out of seaweed.
ciao, Ieva.
Hi.
So from where did you come? Which country?
From Lithuania, from Kaunas.
And this is the business. It's
Yeah.
OMG Bubble Tea.
Exactly.
It's bubble tea.
Yeah.
Like, how big is the business? How much revenue do you do per year?
Last year it was 14 million.
14 million.
Yeah, it was the third year of our business.
3 years.
Yes. Yeah.
How much did you make first year, second, third?
So, very good question, and I have a good answer, like shocking answer. Well, usually I'm getting this reaction. So, first year it was 350,000.
How much?
350,000.
Okay.
Then it was 6 million, and then it was 14. Yeah.
How to scale so fast?
You have to be in the right place with the right product at the right time, I would say.
And the coolest story, how the heck did you figure out this product? And what is this product? Maybe how you explain it?
Yeah, so this is a shelf-stable, ready-to-drink bubble tea. And actually we started together with my business partner, Jonas. So he came up in the middle of COVID to me through the LinkedIn, through our common friend who just offered him to talk to me. And I was a beverage developer for 15 years. Yeah, I was developing drinks for
So you have industry-specific knowledge.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a food technologist. Yeah, and he came to me and said, "Okay, I want to create a bubble tea." And I said, "Okay, I've done it, maybe 5 years ago." And sad to say that the brand died. And it was a really nice product, but I guess it was not on the right time. So I said, okay, I have some insights and we have to do bubbles separated from the tea. If you are okay with that, so then we do it. If you want to make them together, bubbles inside the tea, I'm out because I do not believe in this concept.
And at that time, there were no products like that, right?
No.
Right? Every bubble tea was immediately mixed.
Yeah.
So you basically were innovating but the concept of bubble tea was already there.
Yeah. Bubble tea concept came up in Taiwan 45 years ago.
45 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just it was also interesting story that it was just a joke. That the barista at the tea shop, she just mixed it with tapioca pearls and everyone caught it. And this is how it started 45 years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it was in the middle of COVID, and I had just a kid, and my child was 1 year old, and he was napping for 4 hours, so I had some time, and I said, okay, I can try it. So the idea was of my business partner, and the execution and development was done by me. And
it's very interesting.
Yeah, and just we wanted, simply the idea was how to solve the problem that you wouldn't need to look for a bubble tea shop. You can go to the supermarket, to gas station, festival, whatever, and you just buy bubble tea. That's it.
At that time, when you developed this concept where the bubbles are on top, I think you open it and then you can put them in, right?
Yeah.
And then mix them. You need to mix, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At that time, what was the kind of research where you thought, okay, we're gonna invest our money, we're gonna find investors, we're gonna do this? What was the kind of the leading signs that this is a real opportunity, that this can make money, this could be like a thing?
I think that Jonas believed in this more than me at that time, and because I had this experience with previous bubble tea development and everything, and he just believed in it, that it's a real problem that we have to solve, So, and we have to make a solution for that. And but I think that we both didn't believe that it would grow as it grew right now, because we started with a product that had labeling on with Lithuanian, Latvian, and Estonian languages.
You started localizing it really initially.
Yeah. We thought that, it's already big, And right now we are not even putting the ingredient list on the label. We are stickering specific ingredients to each our country, because we are in 40 countries in the world.
Right. And how did you get your first sales? Did you try to go to local markets, like doing the stand, or how did that happen? Like the first sales of this kind of idea. And how long did it take you to develop the idea?
It took 9 months.
9 months to have a product.
Yeah.
Okay, so in 9 months you have a product. Okay, how do you sell then? How do you make money?
As we were first in the world to offer this kind of solution and concept, we were pioneers. So everyone wanted, they were surprised, they wanted, but Baltics, they were pretty cautious about that. It was something new, but they were, cautious. But our first sales were to Maxima, I guess, Circle K, local brands, trying to, offer small stuff, small volumes. And
can you walk me through what is the process of getting, let's say, Maxima or Circle K as your customer, where you are basically, okay, we're 2 people, maybe 3 people, 4 people, we made something. We have maybe, let's say, how many units do you have at the time? Like maybe?
We had at that time, the production volume was 40,000 units.
So you had made like a stock of 40,000 products.
Yeah, it was like step by step, maybe not. The full capacity was 40,000 units. Yeah.
Okay. You go to them and you're like, well, what's happening?
Yeah, like where you are going, you are presenting the product that it's, it all depends on how much do you believe yourself in the product and how you sell it. It's just sales, And we knew that we have something. And it was pretty easy because we didn't have any competition. And we always said, like, look, just try it with 2 pallets, 3 pallets, whatever. And if it doesn't work, then we'll just go away. And it was the same with Maxima, with Circle K, with even the big brands like Kaufland, Rewe. All of them, they are looking with the interest that it's something new, but you have to be cautious as well. You cannot stock yourself like with something that you don't know if you will sell it or not. But when you have repetitive orders, then you know that something is going well.
Right.
Yeah, so it was step by step. But the biggest explosion was when I think it was, it was first year. And we realized that we have to show it to the world. And there is one of the biggest food exhibitions in Paris, in France. It's called CL. And I contacted some governmental institution. It's called Litfood. They are arranging like Lithuanian pavilions in the exhibitions. And I said, okay, I'm very too late, but maybe still you have some spot left for us. And they gave us like, I don't know, 1.5 meter wide booth. We brought, I think, 3 or 4 pallets. Of the product, and we even couldn't fit into the booth all the stuff that we brought
because they're pallets like this big, right?
Yeah. It was this big, and the booth was just like a bucket. And we were stuffing everything in the booth. It was just not fitting in. That's it. It's not, it's not made from gum that it can expand. And we decided, okay, we just leave 2 pallets on the aisle. and see
Where
what
people
happened.
walk through, right? Okay.
And then it exploded because everyone was walking with the bubble tea, our OMG Bubble Tea, in their hands, because just you enter the beverage pavilion and there are 2 pallets of the free bubble tea, something new. Something,
you let them to take it for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like pioneering in marketing, but it worked. And then I remember when people were gathering at our smallest booth, I guess, in a whole beverage pavilion, and distributors were fighting that I came first. I want to take 5 trucks. I want to take 4 trucks.
For you?
Yeah. And I looked at Jonas and I said that we have a problem. And he said, look, we have good problems. And I think we do not realize what we have created. So he started like marking everything, because we haven't even trademarked anything at that time. So all those days he was just sitting in the expo and trademarking everything and registering in different countries, because we realized that we have something. But the good problem was that what we had was that our full capacity was 40,000 units at that time.
Per month or per
month?
Per month.
Per month.
To make.
Yeah.
Right? To make,
yeah.
Okay.
And it was 1.5 truck.
Yeah.
So if people are willing to take like 4 or 5 trucks tomorrow, we have nothing to give, So we just then realized that we need money, we need expansion, we need growth. And because this is the time, because when you show up, you have limited time, because your potential competitors, they always look for it, for
hot products, right?
Yeah.
And this is a hot product.
Yeah. And we knew that we had 1.5 years, 2 years.
Until they're going to make their own, right?
Yeah. And we started looking for investors and everything. And it was the end of October. In January, our capacity was already, I think, maybe 200,000. And then in March, we had 400,000. And in April or May, it was 1 million units capacity. So we had to do it quick.
Sounds very quick, right? And how fast did you get like investor money in that from the event till getting the money?
I think in a month or 1.5 months. But we had.
How much did you raise?
I think it was 600,000, if I'm not mistaken, at that time.
And what did you use the money for? Just manufacture? What did you like?
Yeah, we had to have our own factory.
Immediately, right? Initially, you used some other people.
We used, because my business partner, he has like a family business, and we used their resources. So we had like several people, some place where we can do stuff, and invested like 200,000 euros into machineries that we need, because nobody knew how to do it. We had to come up with how to pack it, how to produce it, how to manufacture it.
On a scale.
And on a scale.
Yeah, because I also have never seen like a product like where something is here.
Yeah.
I have seen some, these like where they're separate. It's like this, like BS, like some creams you eat.
Yeah.
They have sometimes separate things, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. And what are the biggest kind of, from this super, super, super rapid production growth, what are some of the lessons you have learned that you could share so other people who are maybe in a similar situation would not make those mistakes?
You have to make mistakes, and you have to be quick, and you will make mistakes. But you have to never give up. You have to believe till the end that you will make it. And the moment you lose the hope, and it's gone. So we never lost the hope. But the biggest mistake was, it's not even the mistake. It was the kick from I don't know what. But when we started, small production and manufacturing, it was all made by hand. And still we have a lot of manual work left till now. But we made all the, testings, shelf life testings and everything. Everything worked in terms of the bubbles, because all the magic is actually in packaging of the bubbles.
Not the
And-
tea, but the tea
Yeah,
is
the tea is
the tea is always the same, or the tea also changes?
no, it changes.
Also changes. Okay.
Yeah, but you can find a lot of products packed in the cups, pasteurized, and so there's
You have a bubble
no,
tea inside, right?
Yeah,
okay.
it's fine. It's nothing really special. You have to know some technical stuff, but it's doable. But with that thing, nobody knew how to do it. And we made some, shelf life testings. Everything showed that we are stable, all good. And when we scaled up so fast from 40,000 to 400,000, let's say, and then up to 1 million, we had a lot of people, like not 3 or 4 people anymore working in the production line. We had the biggest number of people that we had was like 300. And it was 24/7. And the fun part started when it was the second year. It was the summer season coming, and the bubble started failing. It was starting like fermenting. Nobody knew why and everything. And we did shelf life testings. We did all the laboratory tests. Before that, it was all good. But when the number of people grew, obviously you cannot, I guess, control all the processes and everything. And still, I don't have the answer why it started happening, because before that it was working.
And you mean like specifically like the
was
bubbles
exploding.
got bigger,
Yeah.
like exploding?
No, the bubbles inside is like you started having like fermentation. So it means that you have gas forming inside the inside the topper, we call it. So it's exploding. It's
really?
all running out, and
In the shelf, basically.
yeah.
Oh shit, that's bad. That's not good.
Yeah, and we had to stop the production. We started like making, I don't know, like different changes and this and that. Maybe it's due to the raw material. Maybe it's due to the machinery. Maybe it's due to the people. And it's like, and it's in the middle of the season.
And summer is, I guess, the hottest, right?
Oh yeah. And yeah, it took me. So it's not a mistake. I'm coming back to your question because I'm taking it, somewhere from a long past. But I'm just sad, at myself that it took me 2 months to come up with the solution.
And what was the solution?
I cannot disclose you that.
You cannot say it?
I cannot disclose you that. I can tell you that it's very easy solution, and it can look that it's what is the name? What is the word to say that? It's just easy stuff that you can do it at home.
How to solve it.
Yeah. And before that, for 2 months, I was just thinking way too deep. And I was focused on finding the reason why, not to the how to forget about the reason, but you have to allocate the problem. So I guess this is the lesson that you learned, that forget about the reason.
Just try to solve it, right?
Yeah, just try to solve it. And afterwards, you can try to dig into the reason and everything.
Yeah, maybe not going too deep in some nuances, which maybe doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Just, trying to blame it on somebody. I think many people your fault.
Yeah. I was not blaming people. I was just blaming, the machinery or raw materials, making some kind of, stupid laboratory test at the moment.
Yeah.
I thought that it's correct, I was having that summer was an awful summer. I never want to repeat it.
2 months, it's like the whole summer almost.
Yeah, it was a whole summer. I remember my CFO called me and he said like, Ieva, look, we have money left for two weeks. So either you're coming up with something, or we are just hanging the lock on our door.
That was the end of the 2 months.
Yeah.
When the 2 week notice, you're running out of money.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember that so brightly. I was sick at that time because it was so emotionally hard and physically hard, because you were working like nonstop. I was always on the phone with some scientists, technologists, quality specialists, whatever. And And then, my half of my face was actually paralyzed. And I was like, really? Because I was not handling stress, I guess, or it was already too much. And then it was just like that. I came up with the solution. I said, okay, I have nothing more to say. I will say this stupid solution, but we have to try it. And it worked. Because I was maybe a little bit shy to offer this kind of really easy solution. And then I thought, why didn't I do it 2 months ago? But who knew? And when I was telling this story and talking about this with my CFO like a month or 2 months ago, and he said, you know what? We didn't have money for 2 weeks. I just told you, but we already didn't have any money left. Yeah.
But that's tough.
Yeah.
Right? And the business is, how is the business going now? Is it like profitable, not profitable?
It's not profitable yet, but also this is the hardest thing that I had to learn. I never wanted to become a businesswoman, or I never seen myself in a business like in this position. I was raised like this, that to become not to become a business person, but I had to learn to burn money. That sometimes you have to spend more, and you know that you will not gain nothing or raise anything or earn something at that time, but it will come later. So I call it burning money. So it's not profitable yet, but we are building a global brand, and we do not have time. We have limited time because competitors are appearing one by one. So we are putting a lot of effort, a lot of money, a lot of investment into marketing right now, into expansion, opening new markets, into automation of our production lines. Because before that we had 300 people. Like everyone was doing all the different, we have like different processes. Like you have to pack the bubbles, you have to fill the tea, you have to add the sticker, you have to add the straw, and so, and everywhere it has to be controlled, the quality and stuff. And everything was done by hand, by people. And now we are investing a lot into automation. So it helps us earn more and save something. And so I think this year it will be the last year when we are negative.
Negative, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many rounds of investment have you had in this kind of newer OMG Bubble Tea business?
I would say 2.
Only 2?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought more.
We have 2 investors, 2 big investors.
And they're just allocating more money? Okay. Then it's okay. Then maybe more times.
Yeah.
But 2 kind of bigger.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What would you do anything different in this kind of raising money, scaling, looking back now?
No, I guess I wouldn't. If we wouldn't start spoiling up the stuff, if something would go right, I guess we wouldn't need the second investor. Because at that time we burned in those 2 months 2 million euros.
Losing money.
Yeah.
Because you have the staff, spoiling of the products. And everything went to...
Yeah, everything.
that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, and then we needed money to recover, and we still believe that we can do it. And luckily we had the second investor coming up, and he believed in us. So I'm really thankful to them.
Why do you think, who basically picks this product? Because from me looking at it, I think kids pick it, right?
Yeah.
And then parents just pay, right?
Exactly.
That's the case, right?
Yeah.
What makes the kids choose this product? What do you think is like the secret or the magic in packaging? Or do you think, no, it's like just bubble tea and everybody's just going to buy it? Or is there some logic behind packaging?
Yeah, so our target audience is from 6 to 12, 13-year-olds, I would say this. And yes, people behind all the decision are also, of course, parents.
Okay.
And I think that the DIY solution, do-it-yourself solution, makes kind of fun stuff that kid can make his own bubble tea. So he open it, he mix it together, so it feels like he made it himself. And maybe the brand, because it's like easy to remember and everything.
What does it mean? OMG is. Oh my God! Like
exactly.
Okay. I thought it's maybe an acronym for something.
No, it isn't. It's just we were actually surprised that it was not taken when we registered it.
But interesting. Why don't you have the ingredients on it?
Because I took it just straight from my factory. That's why. But usually we do it. We do put the sticker on it.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking, where's the ingredients? Like,
yeah. It's my mistake.
Inside of this?
Sorry about that.
I was thinking maybe there are some peptides inside of it.
No, it's actually when I created the product, I wanted it to be as clean as possible. And
can you do that?
Well, we did it. It's really no funky stuff.
How much sugar is in it? Let's say
in this one it's around 8 grams per 100 milliliters. So it's a lot.
That's low.
No,
I think Coca-Cola is like 30.
No. In Coke you have 10.6.
Really? Not so much? Wow, I thought it's way more.
In 100 milliliter.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's kind of high in sugar. Okay, not so high, but it's okay in sugar. We are now working on reduced sugar solutions, and we do have already. We are launching for next year 3 different flavors with reduced sugar and with low sugar. Yeah. But there is a problem that I do not want to use artificial sweeteners, and you have to work with stevia.
But those are also not good for you, right?
Stevia, why? You have such a small dosages, and it's natural. It's not something chemically created. It's coming from stevia leaves and everything, so it has a natural origin, I would say. Okay. And I completely disagree, and I will never do something with artificial flavorings, artificial sweeteners, and artificial colors. Yeah. So these are 2 main points that I refuse to go into. Of course, if I would like to make green bubbles, like a really, really strong,
super healthy, like 0 sugar, no kid's gonna buy it again, right?
Exactly. This is. Well, now we created like with less sugar and with less calories. And it took me 4 years to come up with the solution how to make it, because you have to create not only the tea, but you also have to reduce sugar in the bubbles. And then you have changes in texture, changes in the mouth feeling, and it's complicated. And if it will not be tasty, if it will not be delicious, no one will buy it. You will have one sale and that's it. No repetitive sales. So it has to be tasty. And this is the number one thing, that we have to make it tasty.
Yeah. And I think in the kid market, like which you said 6 to 12, I think the most biggest players, they have like super a lot of sugar, make it super addictive, like a dopamine, you hit. That's what they need to do to get the repetitive sales and people buying like crazy.
Exactly.
And make it also, as you said, like the colors. I think they also need to be like super vivid, big colors.
But then we are having problems. Like if I want to make, I just came back actually from Paris from a food ingredient exhibition, and I was walking around and looking for colorants that would be stable for the bubbles and would bring like nice pink color or nice blue color, but it would be natural. So
are there solutions like that?
No, not yet.
See?
But I'm always coming. I know the answer, and I'm always coming and saying, okay, do you have like natural spirulina-based blue colorants? And they are coming, yeah, sure. Okay, what about pH below 4? Maybe in 10 years.
What is it, pH?
pH is how acid your liquid or product is. And it's usually you can notice that if you have like a tea and you put in the lemon, usually the color fades in the tea.
Okay.
So this is the just
similar to that.
Yeah, this is nature, how it's built, and
I think I think I would love to know maybe how other people could think about innovative ideas and how to come up with something like this, because in your case it seems a lot that this idea was like a really strong kind of driver for the business to kind of take off and do the numbers which you're doing. I know a company in Latvia, they are making kombucha. It's a Ruby kombucha, also a newer product. I don't think it's going so well. I guess maybe the audience is different because people like me kind of buy kombucha. Because I'm looking for a beverage that is healthy, not so sweet, and different. I think maybe, but about the idea, how could we think about it? Like maybe do you have also some ideas inside of your OMG Bubble Tea that you're looking for to kind of have the next more crazy thing or like?
Yeah, it's how to come up with an innovation. You have to be just open-minded, I think.
Right.
And to look, I just spoke with my previous colleague, and we were working in beverage business like 10 years ago. And he said, like, you have something, really nice and innovative and stuff, and you have to roll with it. And you have so many open windows for opportunities. Just you have to notice them. We have all of us. We do have windows of opportunities. Just you have to notice them. It sounds, easy. It's not that easy, but we have so many opportunities.
I can tell you one right now. Just have an idea. Maybe somebody can make 100 million business. I went some time ago to buy Nitro Latte. And I thought, so cool. I have like Nitro Latte. Maybe, do you know the concept?
No.
It's like a concept. They do some nitro something inside of latte.
Okay.
But they do have a physical device.
Okay.
And I thought, you can have Nitro here and latte. And you have Nitro Latte, just like this one.
Yeah. Why not?
Right?
You
can do like similar things with this, right? The idea, concept, mixing it.
You have to just to be open-minded and just to open your eyes and, I don't know, just Google stuff.
By the way, for you, how much did you kind of spend money to test the idea, to kind of have something to show? How much was the kind of the risk money you took?
I think it was 200,000 K.
But that was from your own pocket, or you had like somebody who also invested something into?
My business partner.
Here.
Yeah.
See, I needed some money. It's not a few hundred. It's like,
because still you have to, you have to find the right machinery. You have to find raw material and stuff, and So it was like 200K for the very beginning.
And what about flavors for you? I think the big business is also in the flavors. I know this. Maybe you know this beverage company Prime.
Yeah.
I don't like the product. I have tried it. Super sweet, I think. Super sweet.
Sweeteners, artificial ones.
Right?
Yeah.
But they have a lot of flavors and they do this flavor thing and always promoting these flavors. How do you think about that and how important are the flavors to add?
It is. I'm always constantly working on new flavors, on new additions of the flavors. We started up with 2 flavors. Now we have, I guess, 8 plus 3 more coming up.
And how do you know which ones to make next? That's the most important thing, I think.
I just have an experience of 15 years in beverages.
Don't you do like test groups of kids and then you just drink? Which one do you want next time?
Actually, we did one last month for the first time.
Oh, really?
4
Before
years.
nothing, yeah?
No.
So the main tester are you, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why do you think you are the 6 to 12-year-old kind of...
Because I did create many, like,
what are the known drinks you have kind of worked on, which I would maybe know?
I couldn't say that. I even don't know the names. I cannot remember that time. But there is some tonic water that I created for UK market. I can't remember the brand name, but they got like Great Taste Awards for years already. They are getting them, and it was maybe 10 years ago, and I'm still following them on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And they posted the picture of a drink that I created for them, and the drink was in the hands of Jimmy Choo, the well-known designer. So it was like,
Yeah, I know.
I did it. but still, they paid money for this. This was I gave. It was my job,
To kind of develop a new taste?
Yeah, and to develop a new taste for them. So they paid me money, and I give all the IP to them. So
What is important to have something that tastes good? Like, how do you make something that tastes good?
When you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
Yeah. And it's just sometimes you just...
By the way, could you make Coca-Cola one more time? Let's say we go to lab. Could you make me a Coca-Cola?
I could make, I would say 80%.
Why 80%? Why couldn't you do the same?
Because there is a magic behind the flavorings.
And they are like not publicly known.
Of course, no.
How do they protect it? I think like you as a chemist, you could like just get it the same taste.
It's not that easy. It's not that
really?
easy. But I believe that, but I don't know. But I had a discussion a few months ago about this topic. And I believe that Coca-Cola paid a lot of times during those years to people who came up or created some flavoring that is very close to it.
Right.
Just for them to shut up and just to sell the flavor to them. But this is just my opinion, because you can come up with a copy. It takes a lot of time.
But you can, right?
I think that
of
you
course.
can. Yeah.
Also, why couldn't you, right?
I'm not a chemist in that field that I would create, flavors.
Yeah. Can you protect the flavor, by the way? Are there some laws? Like, this is Coca-Cola's flavor. You cannot do anything exactly like this.
Usually you cannot, because if you are changing just a very, very small part of the flavor, and it's already a new flavor, right?
So there's no law like for you, like
you cannot.
The bubble tea we have is like law. You cannot make it's not. There's no law like that. Okay.
You cannot regulate it.
And you said you had patents. What can you patent? Like what you can patent?
Logo,
as a Chinese couldn't remake it.
Nothing, just logo.
Just logo.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing else.
Nothing else. It's kind of shitty, right? There's no protection, right?
Well, that's life. That's business. So it's we could invest our time and resources to inventing a new type of packaging, like some kind of, I don't know, bubbles falling into the cup that you twist or something. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. Do we really want to do that? I don't know.
And maybe that doesn't make a move, right? Doesn't make a change.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you will, explode.
But for this explosion, I think for me it sounds like, hey, you have a product that's hot, like existing customers, which you have. Maybe you have like these customers. They're ordering stuff, and maybe they're ordering more, right? And then you need to make more, and then I guess you're also allocating resources to getting more of these customers and expanding both sectors, like manufacturing plus customer acquisition. Like, how do you kind of balance that, or what's the kind of the sauce, the magic sauce to expand like this? And not go crazy, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's, if I understood the question correctly, how to ensure that you have the correct production volume.
Because you need to do both, right? You're kind of looking for more new customers. You're looking to, I guess, serve the existing customers. Are the existing customers ordering more every month, or is it like not kind of?
No. It depends. It depends, and we are working with them with forecastings and everything. And of course, the forecastings are forecastings, like up and down, and they can change their mind. But we are usually... We know that our maximum capacity, let's say, is 2 million units at that time.
Yeah.
If we would see that, okay, we are growing in new markets, we need more, then for sure we would just order new additional machineries. That's it. Right now, we do not see this huge blowout. So
And what
we are
specific
okay.
maybe actions are you doing to kind of expand, get new customers, new countries? Like what are you specifically doing?
Exhibitions.
Yeah, exhibitions. How many per year?
Next year we'll have 7
Okay,
across
7.
the globe. So
How big is the sales marketing team? Headcount.
6?
Only 6. You're also in the 6.
No,
Okay,
I'm
without
not
you.
a sales.
Oh,
But
okay.
all the people, they think that I'm in sales.
It's kind of, yeah. I guess you're the product person.
If you want, I can sell anything, even if the thing that I created, no problem.
I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's part of my job. This is my
Right.
life. So
Besides
I know it.
exhibitions, what has been also working to kind of get the customers?
Yeah, regarding exhibitions, I just wanted to mention one thing that when we had this tough time, we didn't have money, and I decided that okay, we have to cut the exhibitions.
Yeah.
And for 1 year, we didn't do expos. And
Really?
that was a lesson to learn, and
To not-
that was a mistake
Ah,
because that decision impacted the upcoming year because my sales team didn't have leads to work with because usually you get leads during the expo. And that was a mistake. And since then, I said that, okay, even if we are not having money, I will find the money just for expos. And we have to know that in the end of the year, when our board members are saying, what did you do? And I cannot come and say that we didn't have money, so we didn't go to the expos. And that's why I was like, what? No, I have to say that, look, guys, I did this, and that. It didn't work, but I did it. I tried it. So that's the important thing. And so last year we did, I think 5. This year it will be 7.
so one thing I got from you in the expos, you need to make sure everybody has your product. That's one
Exactly.
thing I got.
Yeah.
Anything else? Kind of how to, some tips and tricks and hacks for expos to make them worth it.
You have to look good. You have to
Look good. So invest money in branding, materials. Okay, makes sense.
And even it doesn't mean you do not have to have a lot of money to make your stand out.
Give me an example.
We are always coming up with some kind of new stuff that doesn't cost a lot. Like last time we had, I don't know if you know this jumping game classes from the...
Yes, I know. It's like 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay.
Yeah. So my marketing team came up with an idea that, look, we can just put a sticker on the walking aisle that would show that do the classes and earn your bubble tea.
Ah, okay.
And you have a black aisle. When you are entering the aisle, you just notice the pink sticker on the floor, and it attracts people. It costed like 25 euros to do that, and we took a risk that the people who arrange and organize the expo, they would come and say, remove it. Okay, we will remove it, whatever. But at that time, we already generated some attention, I was like, TikTokers and bloggers were coming, jumping, and we were getting a lot of attention just because of this small stuff, We always put music. We always give people our product to taste. And if someone is asking to, not only to taste like a small shot, but if they want to take a sample, take it.
I'm also gonna try it. You're talking about the bubble tea. I'm like thinking, why am I not drinking it?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so how do I do it? So I open this.
First you remove the straw. It's
Okay.
it's a telescopic one.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah.
Expand me here. Okay.
When we started, we had only one supplier in the
Do you need
world.
to shake it?
Doesn't really need to be shaken, but you can. That's fine.
Looks like tea, like iced tea. And then I
Yeah.
do this, right?
Yeah.
Let's not make a failure. Oh, shit.
I can help you. My hands are smaller ones.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Okay, great.
How'd they smell? Smells nice. Smells nice. Mango, yeah? I like
Yeah.
mango.
This flavor that you're trying, the tropical one, it actually the flavor we couldn't find the right flavor that reminded.
Which needs to go in?
Yep,
This
like
one?
this. So we combined 5 different flavors in the tea to get the tropical flavor that we want.
It's nice. It's not so sweet. It doesn't
Yeah.
scream sugar.
Yeah,
It's nice.
thank you.
It's my first time actually drinking bubble tea. I have never tried bubble tea.
Nice.
And I didn't try it before. I knew you were coming, like I
Yeah.
think 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna drink it with you together.
Yeah.
It's nice. What are the bubbles made of?
They are actually made out of seaweed.
Seaweed.
Can you imagine?
Seaweed.
Yeah, alginates.
It's air inside of them, or what's inside of
No,
them?
inside
Like
you
they
have
pop?
the bubble. The coating is made from alginates. It's it's made during spherification process. The same as fake caviars are being done. And inside you have, we still have a lot to work on the packaging because you spill sometimes, but it costs a lot of money, unfortunately. But and inside the bubble you have sugar, you have colorants, natural ones, you have 15% of mango juice, and in your case,
Yeah.
and some flavorings. Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
it's not as bad as people are thinking.
Because I was
but
also
it's-
my kind of thinking was like super sweet, it's like
No.
sugar bomba.
No.
Interesting.
No.
Okay.
It's not. And the one that we are launching already next month, we are going to exhibition in Dubai, and we will be presenting a new bubble tea with I think it's 2.4 grams of sugar per 100 milliliters. So
it's like super low.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we will be able to claim that it's low sugar and still no artificial sweeteners.
Got it.
So I'm really proud of that.
I think the expo thing you told me,
Mm-hmm.
nice nuggets. I got a lot out of it, and I think many people will. What do you do else besides marketing that? Because I can imagine you should do like a lot of social media, no?
I'm not a marketing person. I'm not a salesperson. That's the fun thing. I'm a food technologist. I'm a R&D. Well, my main thing is actually to create new stuff, to create new products and develop the ideas. I'm very happy that we have right now a new CEO, and she's taking a lot of...
It's not in Jonas. You and Jonas not the CEO.
no.
Why was that decision made?
It was made because we realized that we grew too fast and we were lacking of competences. And if we want to go higher, we need help.
Ah, okay.
And I'm not sad, or I'm not, I don't know, ashamed
Maybe
to
it's
tell
a
that.
relief, no? Isn't it?
Oh yes,
right?
it is. Then I know now I can focus on creating new stuff, and we are creating new stuff, and yes, I'm doing some social media stuff.
Right.
I'm
But what is the biggest acquisition channel for you to get maybe awareness? Okay, one is expos. Okay, that's one. What's the second one? Biggest one?
marketing.
But yeah, what specifically? The digital marketing, social media. Like, what are you doing?
We are doing everything. We are doing in-store marketing, like displays.
In-store marketing?
Exactly, yeah.
What is that? Because that's a new realm for me.
We noticed like if we have our products put on specific displays, like pink, nice carton shelves,
Okay.
the sales are going up. But you have to pay additionally to the supermarket if you want to put that carton stuff.
How much they
display.
charge for that? By the way?
It depends. Sometimes you make a good deal, and it depends on the sales team. Sometimes it's for free. Sometimes it's few hundred euros
Per month to have that.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be thousands.
Also,
So it depends on the country. It depends on the chain, retail chain.
Okay.
We're doing the shelf stoppers, like little flags that come and taste bubble tea. We are doing these called wobblers, like that you put like this kind of hanger on the shelf that attracts people's attention. We're doing like attractions, like you buy one, you get another one for free, or you buy two and then you have one for free. So it depends on also on our sales team and marketing
Give
team.
me an example. So let's say you're in 100 stores. How many of those stores would run something like this extra, like something extra stand or extra offer? How many percentage-wise?
I would say 50-50
Wow,
maybe.
so many. Wow. Very spending a lot of energy there.
Yeah.
Money also.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
interesting.
You have to focus a lot. But we have partners, we have distributors who are doing a lot of stuff for us as well. So it's not that our sales team is doing all the job. So our partners are also doing an amazing job, and without them, it would be, I don't know.
Who are the partners? The partners.
Distributors that are in every specific country, because we are selling most of the times through the partner.
To a distributor. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
one company like Elko. They're a distributor in the technology space, like electronics.
Yeah.
I guess companies like that.
Yeah.
They don't own the product, but they just help to put it in shops.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So it's a combination of great teamwork. Our sales team, marketing team.
But they
and
also
then
spend money, the distributors.
Yeah,
Wow.
they are. Because usually it's like 50-50. We are agreeing that, look, we'll put this amount of money per month and they will put this amount. And then we are getting like, it was really, one time it was fun that in Germany, I guess, we had our partner, and I think it was in Germany. I don't want to lie, but yeah, it's not a major factor. But we said that, okay, we spent this and that amount of money for social media, and they said, okay, so maybe we can split that one, and because we want to be, in a partnership and stuff. And we said, okay, just let's not split. You put additionally the same amount. And then we will be doubly happy, both of us, you and us. And okay, let's do this. So it's a matter of your team. It's a matter of marketing and sales and everything. So yeah, and for social media, we are doing a lot. We are doing these like commercial ads.
Also?
We are putting in every single country. We have ads made for these countries if we are in Hungary, so the ad will be in Hungarian. If we are in Poland, it will be in Polish. We are working with different influencers in different countries, and we did have agency in Germany. Right now we are taking care of everything from Lithuania, but it's still working and we do not have any issue with that. So it's nice. And UK, a lot of influencers. We are working on UCG, the unique...
User-generated content.
Yeah.
Okay. And how much money, let's say, per month are you spending on digital marketing?
It depends. It's around 2% of our
top line?
Yeah.
No, interesting.
Yeah.
And
but we are doing a lot of in-house, and we know how to save money or how to make content in a cheap way, but it looks good. So
you have also opportunity in your website to buy a product, or no? It's just through the source.
No, we were thinking about our e-shop for already, I think, 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times made a business case, calculations, everything. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It wouldn't work for us. And then we started like...
Why doesn't it work?
Because we are global. It would be hard to give a good service, fast service from Lithuania to all those 40 countries. So it doesn't mean that we are not in e-commerce. We are, but we are through the marketplace. TikTok Shop, Amazon, eBay.
Are you also on those?
Yeah. But through our partners. So it doesn't matter if we do not have our e-shop. It doesn't matter that we are not in e-commerce. We are. But it just what we did. We actually launched this September a new website, which I'm very happy about it. And our visiting numbers skyrocketed, and I'm so happy about that. And what we did, we put a map that the person who is coming from, you name the country, for example, from Latvia.
Okay.
And you are given like...
Is this the website?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And where to buy, you're going to where to buy. And you can choose the country and you get...
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But not in America.
Not yet. But
Okay.
for a year, we're trying to enter it. And we've been in Expo once already. And this year, we're going there again. And I'm sure that next year, we will.
Why is it difficult?
It's, I think that we are too cautious, first of all. We want to be, sure about the partners. So we are cautiously choosing the right partner because the laws are not that friendly for foreigners. And it's different world. But I think that we have to make a decision. We have to, we have to be there in 2026.
When you say choosing the partner, you mean like going with Walmart or Target, or what do you mean?
Usually in US, you do not work directly. You work through the distributor, even with the big guys.
But aren't there like 5 big players and then you just pick? Or what's the situation?
Yeah, but they do not want to work directly.
They don't want to work directly? What do you mean they don't want to work directly?
They work through the partner, through the distributor, through the agent.
Yeah, I mean, how many of those distributors are there in US?
Oh, a lot, and you have a number to choose from. But it's a big market, so you have to choose the one that is able to cover East Coast and West Coast, that will cover not only small shops but the big players. So it's a huge market and it's different way. But what we are thinking right now to do, and we found the one kind of partner with that we are very interested in. They offered to enter Amazon, which is big, huge.
Amazon stores, you mean?
Yeah, Amazon's online, just deliveries, and see how it goes.
Yeah, then this would be,
which
good
makes
sign.
sense. And even if like 1, 2, 3 months, if it goes well, then it's much easier to enter the big guys because you have to have a history. Because nobody cares about. In US, they do not care about Europe. It's a completely different world. Nobody cares that we are in Aldi or in Rewe in thousands of shops because it's different. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, but we will be in 2026. We will be in US.
I think it's a huge,
we have to take this step for sure.
Isn't there a product like this in US?
We do have one big competitor, but they do have bubbles inside the tea,
the same
and I think that we are better. So.
I like that. You should be, right?
Yeah.
Europe.
If we are from Europe.
And we are Lucas.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Latvian, you're Lithuanian.
Yeah.
We're okay. What are some of the maybe the biggest lessons you would like to kind of maybe share in terms of having a good product, like not maybe business, but just product specifically? What are some of the lessons you in this industry many years, and right now also you have your own product which you're selling, distributing, and building a business? What are the kind of the biggest lessons in having a good product?
It has to be tasty. First of all, it has to be delicious, but you can make a really good product and no one will buy it. So it's a combination. It will never be only about the taste and about the product. It will be a combination of the design, of the brand, of the story behind it, and of the right timing. And you always have to make it different. I would say that you always have to look something around the corner. You do not have to invent anything new, because it's very difficult to do that nowadays. But you can always upgrade an already existing product in a different twist. And this is the moment, I think, when you succeed, when you find the right missing point to cover, let's say like this.
Should you stay true to the target audience? Because maybe right now you could also make like a OMG Bubble Tea, which is like for professionals, right? Like not like animations, but like professional drink. Like replace your coffee, start drinking bubble tea.
Yeah, it's actually our product is a niche in a niche. Like
Yeah, right?
iced tea category is already a niche because it's not a like simple soda or
yeah, it's a
lemonade.
niche, yeah.
It's a niche, and we are niche in a niche.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
are
makes
limiting.
sense.
We are limiting ourselves.
Yeah.
No, like an adult person, they can buy bubble tea, but it's such a small percentage.
Are you planning to expand? Maybe.
Yes, we are.
What's gonna be the expansion?
Yeah, we are staying in beverage business for sure, but we would like to open.
Can there be a soda bubble tea?
Might be, but maybe it's not a bubble tea or it's not bubble related. But yeah, we have big plans for expanding our brand and category and target audience, because I would like, as a mom, I would like to buy OMG Bubble Tea for my kid in the shop, and then next to it, I would like to grab something for myself, also from OMG, catalog or product list.
What's it gonna be?
I'm not going to tell you yet, but
You can give me a hint.
It will be a different product. It will be in a different packaging. It will be with bubbles, but not with these kind of
For grown-ups
bubbles.
more.
Yeah.
What could we do? Oh,
Yeah.
like some nuts.
Yeah.
Some nut beverage. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, super cool that you came. Where can I go and see your manufacturing? Is it in Lithuania, right?
Yes.
Which city is it?
Panevėžys. It's actually,
Panevėžys. It's super close.
It's very close.
I actually live 3 kilometers from Lithuania. I grew up
Really?
there. My parents,
Okay.
we are in this Mažeikiai Nafta.
Okay.
We have the place my parents live in where I grew up. It's like next to it, like to the border.
And you do not speak Lithuanian?
I do not speak Lithuanian, but I have a lot of friends in Lithuania. And
Nice.
my dad also has like a ton of Lithuanian friends.
Nice.
And I think they call us Zirga Galva. Zirga Galva.
Jesus Christ, why?
Like something like this. It's like the only the thing I really remember. Like Latvians are Zirga Galva. Okay.
Not necessarily. Jesus.
Cool. But thank you for coming, and thank you for bringing, I guess, 3 mini pallets of bubble tea. So everybody's going to be on bubble tea like right now in the
Yeah.
office. Cool. And right now, we're also marking ourselves in the history of internet together in this conversation.
Thank you so much for having me.
Cool. Amazing. Cool. It's a wrap. Nice. Really cool.